So in this video we are going to go through IXL i7 for year 7 and it is about multiply and divide rational numbers. So let's go. So multiply and divide rational numbers. What is a rational number? A rational number is a number which you can write as a fraction. It can be decimal, it can be a fraction, it can be even written as a whole number. Yeah? But the most important way, the easiest way to do a rational number question is either making them all into decimals and do the question, or making them all into fractions and do the question. So as we can see, the very first question which they have given us is about multiplying two decimal numbers each other. So on the multiplication of two decimal numbers each other, we have learned that we just write the decimal numbers, so 0.5 multiplied by 6.6. And then what do? We start to do multiplication. Just think that this is 5 times 66, that's it. Don't even worry about the decimal number. So 6 times 5 is a 30, and then that's it. Let's see a number, 6 times 5 is again a 30. So then we get 0 here, 3 here, 3 here. How many decimal places are here? 1. How many decimal places are here? 1. So altogether there will be 2 decimal places. So the decimal point will move to 1, 2. So my answer should be 3.3. And then we are getting a negative. So it's pretty much this is a negative multiplied by a negative. Negative times a negative, obviously a positive. So we don't have to worry about that. Now what we have to do is pretty much 6.5 multiplied by 1.4. So 4 times 5 is a 20, and then 4 times 6 is a 24, plus 2 is 26, and then the 0 comes here. 1 times 5 is a 5, and 1 times 6 is a 6. So we get 0 and a 1, and a 1 goes here, and a 9. How many decimal places? 1 and a 1. So altogether we should keep 2 decimal places. So 2 decimal places means 9.1. So it's a positive 9.1. Boom. That's it. And then the next one, pretty easy. Anything multiplied by 1 is itself, but this is a positive one multiplied by a negative. 4.2 will be a negative 4.2, because positive times negative is a negative. And then here we go, the things start to get a little bit accelerated. But end of the day, this is also going to be not bad. Either, as I said, either make them into fractions or make them into decimals. In this case, this is given as a fraction, so I will write the question in fractions. Positive 9, I can write it as 9 over 1. Anything divided by 1 is itself, right? So 9 divided by 1, nothing wrong. Multiply by 1 over. First thing first, a positive multiplied by a negative is obviously going to be a negative, so my answer will be negative. I'm not going to even worry about it. And then start to do simplification like this, which I have taught you guys, the method of doing it. Yeah. Anyway, in here there's no such a simplification, so 9 times 1 is 9 over 1 times 5 is 5, so 9 over 5. And same theory here. Yeah, a positive times a positive is definitely a positive. 4 over 1 times like this, so we get, yeah, can't simplify like this, can't simplify like this, but diagonally yes, 4 times tables, 4 times tables 1, 4 times tables 2, and that's pretty much it. 1 times 1 is a 1, 1 times 2 is a 2, so the answer will be 1 over 2. Alright, so let's go to the next question, which is this. Alright, so this is pretty much a decimal divided by a decimal number. So first thing first, a positive divided by a negative is obviously negative. I'm not going to even worry about that. And then I have taught you guys how to do negative like divisions in such situations. So y'all can either make them into fractions and then do the division. That would be easy rather than thinking a lot. So I would go with that method. If not, the other method I have already taught y'all how to do the decimal divide by a decimal, but I feel like we can write 4.2 as 42 divided by 10. Okay, divide by This negative I have already thought about it, so I'm not going to think about it as negative 0.5 anymore, because we know the correct answer. The answer is going to be negative. That's done. 0.5 means I can write it as 5 over 10. Yeah. And now we can start to do the division. In fractions, yeah, division will become multiplication when the right hand side fraction goes upside down. So we get 42 divided by 10 multiplied by 10 over 5. Start to simplify this, and that's pretty much it I can do. I can't do anything more than that. Yeah. Then 42 over 5. 42 over 5 will be, we are going to do 42 and a point and some zeros for fun, and then divided by 5. How many 5s can go into 4? 0, left over 4. How many 5s can go into 42? That's an 8, left over 2, dot comes up here. And then how many 5s can go into 20? That's just a 4. So my answer is going to be 8.4. Now that's easy. 2.2 divided by 2. How many 2's can go into 2? 1. I'm passing the decimal point comes out. How many 2's can go into 2? 1. That's it. 1.1. Or even you can do it like from your brain, mental maths. Okay, this question, obviously go with fractions. That would be pretty easy. A negative divided by a positive is obviously negative. That's for sure. Don't even worry about now negative and positive numbers. 1, I can write it as 1 over 1 divided by 2 over 3. Division will become multiplication when the right hand side fraction goes upside down. So 1 over 1 multiplied by 3 over 2. And can I simplify? Nothing. So 1 times 3 is 3. 1 times 2 is 2. That's it. Easy. So we are going to write it down like this, and then we are done. Okay, next one, decimal and a fraction. As I said, either you all have to make them into decimals, or either you have to make it into fractions. I will go with fractions. I like fractions. So negative divided by a negative is positive. I don't have to worry about it anymore. So 0.8 I can write it as 8 over 10 divided by 1 over 2. Division will become multiplication when the right hand side fraction goes upside down. And now I can start to simplify. I can simplify this into a 2 and this into a 5, and that's pretty much it I can do. So I will get 1 times 8 is 8, 1 times 5 is a 5. 8 over 5 should be the answer. And now again, same scenario. This answer is going to be negative, as we know. And then I can write this as 15 over 10 divided by a 2 over 10. Division becomes multiplication when the right hand side fraction goes upside down. And then cancel. That's a 15 over 2. 15 over 2, because it's a decimal only question, I will make them into decimals. Actually, it's not necessary. You can write the answer as a fraction as well, but why not? Why take a risk? Because your teacher might be expecting a decimal answer, because she or he gave you a decimal question. So let's give them decimal answer. Yeah, how many 2's can go into 1? 0, left over 1. How many 2's can go into 15? 7, left over 1. Passing the decimal point comes up. How many 2's can go into a 10? That's a easy peasy. So I get the answer as negative 7.5. That's done. Okay, 4.6. A positive divided by a negative is obviously negative. We know that. And if you do it even mentally, how many 2's can go into 4.6? How many 2's can go into a 4? 2. How many 2's can go into a 6? 3. So my answer will be 2.3. Alrighty. Again, yeah, negative divided by a negative. Obviously positive. I'm not going to worry about that. 1 over 4 divided by 1 over 2. A division will become multiplication when the right hand side fraction goes upside down. And now simplify 2 and 1, and that's pretty much it. 1 times 1 is a 1, 2 times 1 is a 2. So it's just a positive half. A positive multiplied by a negative is negative. And then anything times by 1 is itself. So it's going to be negative 3.7. And then, yep, here also we can do it 4 times 4 over 1 multiplied by, oh, by the way, I forgot about that. A positive multiplied by a negative is negative. And then I'm not going to worry about the points. like the symbols. This will be a 4, this will be a 1 divided by 4 timetables, and that's pretty much it. So 1 times 1 is a 1 over 1 times 4 is a 4. Same thing. A negative multiplied by a divide by a negative is obviously a positive. I'm not going to worry about that anymore. 1 over 10 divided by 1 over 8, 1 over 10. Division will become multiplication when the right hand side fraction goes upside down. This is a 5, this is a 4. So 4 over 5 is the answer. And positive divided by positive is positive. Anything divided by 1 is itself. Anything multiplied by 1 or anything divided by 1 is itself. Again, we get a fraction thing. Negative multiplied by a negative is positive. A fraction multiplied by a decimal, I will definitely make them into what? Yeah, fractions. 1 over 5 multiplied by 9.5, I can write it as 95 over 10 and start to simplify. This will become a 1, this will become how many 5s can go into 9? 1 left over 4. How many 9s can go into a 45? 9. That's it. That's all I can do. My answer should be 19 over 10 or 1.9. So either you can write 1.9 or 90 over 10. Come on, dividing by 10, we already know it's a 9, 1.9. Let's do it like that. Why not? You can either put 19 over 10 or 1.9. I would like to go with 1.9. And then again, 15 multiplied by 9, I can write it as 9 over 1. Simplify 3 timetables, 3 timetables 3, and that's pretty much it. 3 over 5. That's my answer. 3 over 5. And you got a 90, so that's all I need to submit an answer to me. But why not go for 100, right? So you can become a holy 100. Yep. So a positive divided by negative is negative, and then 1 over 2 divided by 4 over 1. Division will become multiplication when the right hand side fraction goes upside down. Now can't do any simplifications, so this is just going to be 1 over 8. Alrighty, the other one, a negative divided by a positive, obviously a negative, yeah. And then 25, 0.25, what is that? 25 over 100 divided by 1 over 10. I have taught you all why it is a 25 over 100 already, so I'm not going to teach it again. If you have any doubts, feel free to contact me. Yep. So division will become multiplication when the right hand side fraction goes upside down. 0 to 0 cancel. This will become a 2. This will become a 5, and that's pretty much it I can do. So my answer will be 5 over 2. Okay, so this thing I can just do it from my brain itself. A positive divided by a negative is negative, and now we are trying to divide by 2's. How many 2's can go into a 7? 3. Left over 1. That 1 goes to this 0. Now this is a 10. How many 2's can go into 10? 5. How many 2's can go into a 6? 3. And I'm passing the point, so point comes in. How many 2's can go into 6? 3. So the next question which we have is 0.6 multiplied by 426.6. Okay, so negative multiplied by a positive is obviously going to be a negative, and then we get 42 this multiplied by 0.6. As I said, we are not going to even worry about the decimal places. We just do like something like 4266 multiplied by 6. 6 times 6 is 36. 3 comes here. 6 times 6 is 36 plus 3 is 39. 6 times 2 is 12 plus 3 is 15. 6 times 4 is 24 plus 1 is 25. And then 1 decimal place here, 1 decimal place here, altogether 2 decimal places. So my answer will be negative 255.96. The answer correct. And then the last one. Again, I'm going to do it with my brain. That would be much more easy. A negative divided by a positive is negative. How many 3's can go into a 1? None. That 1 goes to the neighbor. Now this is a 15. How many 3's can go into a 15? That's a 5. And then how many 3's can go into 7? That's 2, which is a 6. Left over 1 goes to the neighbor. I'm passing the decimal point, so the decimal point will come in. How many 3's can go into 18? That's a 6. So my answer will be 52.6. And then the last question. So again, I would definitely go with divisions. Yeah. And dividing by 1, as I said, anything divided by 1 is itself a positive. A negative divided by negative is going to be positive. 2 over 5 divided by 1 is just still a positive. It will be positive divided by 1. And then we finish the task. So that's how we do multiplying and dividing rational numbers. So pretty much, what is a rational number? A decimal or a fraction which could be written as a fraction. Or in other words, rational numbers are any fractions in the world, or any terminating decimals, or any reoccurring decimals.